Good morning, students. 10th Standard Science. Lesson number 12. Plant Anatomy and Plant Physiology. Today we are going to study about the different type of the respirations. So we all know that respiration is very important for all living organism. If there is no respirations, there is no living organism. So what is the respirations? Respirations involves exchange of gases between the organisms and the external environment. So 2 more questions they may ask. What is respirations? Respiration is nothing, exchange of gases. It may be oxygen. Sometime during the photosynthesis time, it will be different. The plants obtain oxygen from the environment and release carbon dioxide, water, vapor. So during the respirations, the plant absorb the oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. But it normally is happening during night time. Daytime, the plant do the photosynthesis. So it is opposite of the plant absorb carbon dioxide and release the oxygen during the photosynthesis. But during the respiration times, it's little different from that. This exchange of gases is known as external respirations. So why they are called as external respirations? It is happening outside of the organism. So when you take the plants absorb or the gas exchange through the stomata. That's the way we are called as external respirations. It is a physical process. So one more question may ask. So it is a physical process. Why they are not called as a biological process, the exchange of gases? It is happening only the environment. Biochemical process occur in cell, where the food is oxidized to obtain energy is known as cellular respirations. So there are 2 types of the respiration is present. One is external respirations and cellular respirations. We should know that is cellular respirations. So in our cells there are some organism is there that is help the oxygen to oxidize the food material and help us to get the energy. So this we call is a cellular respiration. It's very simple, we can say that is this process happening inside the cell. So look at the picture. So there are daytime and nighttime. So during the daytime, the oxygen is released, carbon dioxide get in. The arrow mark is pointed that. During the night time, it is opposite. Oxygen is get inside, carbon dioxide release. During the daytime, the plant do the photosynthesis. During the night time, the plant do the respirations. So what is the respirations? What are the type of the respirations? So there are 2 types of the respiration is occur in the all living organisms. The first one is we are called that is aerobic respirations. Is the type of cellular respiration in which organic food is completely oxidized with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide, water and energy produce. So 2 more questions they may ask. Aerobic respiration is the type of respirations which organic food material. The food material is break or oxidized and into carbon dioxide, water and energy with the help of the oxygen. That is a biochemical equation is there. C6H12O6. This is a food material. We can call this a glucose. So with the help of oxygen, O2, and it will produce carbon dioxide, water and ATP. ATP is nothing, adenosine triphosphate. It's an energy, we can consider as a energy. So the stages of aerobic respirations, there are 3 stages that occur in that aerobic respiration is given in your book. One is a glycolysis, second one is a Krebs cycle, third one is a electron transport chain. So what is the glycolysis? Glycolysis is nothing, very simple. Glucose is split into pyruvic acid. How it is happening? That the things, it is the breakage of the one molecule of glucose. It means the glucose have only one molecule, but they have the 6 carbon. So one more question they may ask, how many carbon of glucose is converted into 2 molecule of pyruvic acid with the 3 carbon? It means they divided. So 1 molecule, so 6 carbon, 2 molecule, 3 plus 3, 6. So glucose, it's a break of 1 molecule of glucose into 2 molecule of pyruvic acid with a 3 carbon. So this is happening in the glycolysis. Glycolysis take place in cytoplasm. One more question they may ask. Glycolysis is take place in dash means is nothing, in the cytoplasm of the cell. The cell have the cytoplasm, cell organelles are inside, but in this process the glucose is converted into 2 pyruvic acid is happening in the cytoplasm. So this is common for the aerobic respiration and anaerobic respirations. So this is one more question they may ask, which stage is common for aerobic respiration and anaerobic respirations. So what is a Krebs cycle? So Krebs cycle is occur in mitochondrial matrix. So last class we have studies that what is a mitochondria, where the mitochondria matrix are present. So the glucose converted into 2 pyruvic acid during the glycolysis, then it will move to the next stage that we call is a Krebs cycle. So there the mitochondrial matrix, the Krebs cycle is take over. So what happening here, 2 molecule of pyruvic acid enter into mitochondria. It oxidizes of pyruvic acid into carbon dioxide and water take place through this cycle. So the pyruvic acid, very simple, we can say the pyruvic acid oxidize carbon dioxide and water, and it is called is the tricarboxylic acid cycle. Why they are called it tri means it's a 3 carboxylic acid. So pyruvic acid is 1, carbon dioxide is 1, and water. So 3 things is involved at last the Krebs cycle. So that's the way they are called is a tricarboxylic acid cycles. So one more questions they may ask, why tricarboxylic acid cycle? And the next one is we call is a electron transport chains. This is accomplished through the system of electron carried. The complex is called a electron transport chain located in the inner membranes of the mitochondria. So 3 things we have to know that. So glycolysis is happening in the cytoplasm, Krebs cycle is happening in the mitochondrial matrix, the electron transport is happening in the inner membranes of the mitochondria. So one more questions they may ask, we have to remember that. So what happening in the electron transport chains, NADH2 and FADH2 a molecule formed during the glycolysis. So already that this pyruvic acid are produced. So now during the Krebs cycle, so it will be oxidases. So NaTH2 is become as a NaT plus, and FATH2 oxidize and become as FAD plus and release the energy as a electron. So the electron as well as move through the system release energy which is dropped by ADP to synthesize ATP. ATP is nothing, adeno triphosphate. So this is we are considered as the energy of the cell. So this is called is a oxidative phosphorylations. This process oxygen is utilized, acceptor of electron get release the water. So oxygen is utilized or is considered as a acceptor. Acceptor is nothing to accept something. So you can accept some pyruvic acid is converted into energy. So at last the electron is get reduced to the water. So this is the end of the stage of aerobic respirations. So next respiration we are called is anaerobic respirations. Anaerobic respiration take place without oxygen. So aerobic respiration always is take place in the presence of oxygen, but anaerobic respiration is always take without oxygen. It means very simple, we can say that anaerobic respirations no need of the oxygen. So anaerobic respirations normally is happening in the unicellular organisms like a bacteria, virus. They always go for this type of the respirations. So here they have given glucose is converted into ethanol and lactate. It is a very good example for the anaerobic respirations. So one more question they may ask, glucose during the anaerobic respirations, glucose is converted into dash. It's nothing is the ethanol. Lactate is nothing, lactose, produce of the lactose. So we all like to eat curd. The curd because of the lactobacilli. It's one of the bacteria which carried the milk converted into curd. It means the lactose is converted into lactic acid. So during that the conversions, the anaerobic respiration is take over. Because of the anaerobic respiration only the milk converted into curd or the lactose is converted into lactic acid. That is a very taste to our tongue. So what's the equations for these anaerobic respirations? C6H12O6 is produce carbon dioxide and C2H5OH. So it is very less amount of the energy. So the energy is always is very less. So ethanol is produced. So these very simple explanations. So during the anaerobic respirations only one stages are present. So here there is no Krebs cycle, there is no electron transport chains. So here it helps us to ratio of the respirations. Respiratory quotient is the ratio of value of the carbon dioxide liberated and the volume of oxygen consumed during the respirations. It means how much amount of the carbon dioxide is released, how much oxygen is consumed. According to that the respirations ratio will be very different. So RQ is nothing is a respiratory quotient. So equations, volume of carbon dioxide liberated by volume of oxygen consumes. According to that it will be variated. So today we are studied the different type of the respirations. One is aerobic respirations, another one is anaerobic respirations. Aerobic respirations, there are three stages are there. The aerobic respiration is called as a cellular respirations. Glycolysis is the first stage of the aerobic respirations. So very simple, glucose is converted into 2 pyruvic acid. Then to next one is a Krebs cycle. The pyruvic acid is oxidized and become that is a FAD plus and NADP plus. And the next one is a electron transport chains. So this is the aerobic respirations. So anaerobic respirations, so it always is occur in the bacteria, virus, unicellular organism. So glucose is converted into ethanol. So this is the anaerobic respirations. So we will study next class. Thank you.